Oh no! It's controversy! Ah! Now, it's not really. I'm not. It's not. It's no big deal. It's no big deal. But we're gonna talk about it. Now, I'm just a dude. I'm just a dude that goes live on YouTube. That a couple people watch occasionally. So my opinion doesn't matter much. But I'll throw it out there anyways. Oh. Hi, Marie. Now, he does have a dragon fruit freeze from Taco Bell. He does have a dragon fruit freeze from Taco Bell. So that's how you know he's serious. Now, this is not sponsored, but it can be. It absolutely can be. Business email in the description. If any of the fine folks over at Taco Bell would like to partner up with this channel. Okay? Now, is this off? It's good. Angel, what up? Rye Guy, what up? Smelling like gasoline. Good Lord. From Bay Bridge Series to Highway 80. Oh! Evie says hi. Oh, Evie, who blocked me. She blocked me and left the Discord. All right. I don't know what I should get into first. Part of me wants to get into the hot topic so that people could just, if people tuned in to check that out, they could just watch that and then leave, right? 'Cause I don't want people just watching just to watch, you know. I want people to watch that want to watch, not, you know. Like, I want people that, you know what I mean, dude. If someone was to be like, oh, Dylan talked about it, go watch it. Like, I don't want that. I mean, I don't care, but I'm saying, like, I want people to watch that actually want to watch. Not just because it's controversy, you know. I'm not trying to farm clicks here. I'm not. Now I joke about it, right? I posted on Instagram, controversy, But I only want people here that support the channel and this movement, right? What's up, Diosa? What up, Drew? At the Timbers game, I did see some people fighting in the stands. That was entertaining. Wow. Elephant in the room. Let's get into it. Maybe wait for people to arrive first. Well, nobody's going to arrive, dude. Nobody watches this. Feel disgusted of the new Highway 80 series. Oh, hey, Gabriel. How are you? Good to hear. Yeah, that's a good point. I forgot. I got to show this. That was one thing I forgot to add. I do have some stuff to show you. You know what I mean? Oh, first, let me just talk about the Valkyries first, and then we'll get into it. And then I'll try to make it quick so that if anyone pops into this video for the controversy, they can listen real quick and get out. You know, doors that way, bud. Okay? Oh, where is this? I do have some, you know, I do have, what's it called? My mind's not working. Visual aids. That's what I'm trying to think of. Oh, where'd it go, dude? It does not exist. Shout out my buddy Pine for beta breakers today, getting the medallion. Well, I lost it. It's over. It doesn't exist anymore. I guess it doesn't exist, so it's so frustrating. You know what? It's in the Discord. The Discord never lets me down, right? Sorry. I know this is boring right now, but you know, it is what it is at this point. Whatever, I'll find it soon. All right, so Valkyries had their debut game, right? First ever game, well, regular season game. I went. It was a fantastic time. I had a great time. It was packed house, sold out. The vibes were immaculate. You know, the Sparks are a good team, and so nobody really thought that the Sparks would even, that the Valkyries would even have a chance, but they stayed in the game pretty late. And then eventually, because of Kelsey Plum, she dropped 37, which was a WNBA record for an opening day game. Because of her, they pulled out ahead and won it. But, Valkyries, look, it was fun. The crowd was hyped, dude. I love the Valkyries. I really do. I'm really excited to be, now invested in some way in the WNBA, because before I was super casual. Look, I grew up in a time where, I forgot to change my checklist. Why didn't nobody tell me, dude? I came up in a time where women's sports was definitely not talked about the same way it is now. And so it's cool that we get to be there while it's growing. You know what I mean? We get to be there at the forefront. And so like when the WNBA launched, it was like, Lisa Leslie, Cynthia Cooper, Cheryl Swoops, Rebecca Lobo, right? Like, it was cool, but like I didn't stay invested. I can't stay invested in a league with where I don't have a team to root for. And I only like rooting for teams from the Bay Area. I can't just choose another team, right? Like, that's not me. And I had thought about it before with the WNBA. I was like, it can't be the Sparks. I'm never going to root for an LA team. That is against the law. If you're from the Bay Area and you root for an LA team, just know you're against the law. All right? Just know you're against the law. Just know that you are an outlaw and not the cool kind. You're the other kind. That's not cool. The uncool kind. So I was never going to be a Sparks fan. The Monarchs, they didn't last long. They're gone. I could have maybe saw myself being a Monarchs fan. I like Sacramento. I have some very loose family ties to Sacramento, but it's still, I'm not from Sacramento. It would have been hard, but we finally got a team in the Bay. As we were saying earlier in the Discord, I love the branding. I love everything they're doing. I just don't like the jerseys. But other than that, I'm excited. The production level was good. It was fun, man. It was a lot of fun. Van Loo was Wardell Curry for a moment. She was on fire. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I still do wish they were playing at Oracle Arena or Oakland Arena now. But, it is what it is. And video will be out hopefully this week. First video, I have the SF City FC at Kezar Stadium video coming out. We talked about that a little last week. I also went to that game. So much fun. I'll show you guys too. They gave away the patch that I think I showed you guys last week, but I got the patch. Kezar Stadium, 100 years, 1925 to 2025. This was a giveaway. And obviously, we will talk more about this and the new team that I mentioned last week. As that, saga unfolds, I will continue to talk about this. But awesome patch. I'm very, very juiced about this patch. And here, I'll show you guys too. I'll just get all this out of the way now too. And I decided I got to stand strong to my convictions. So I got the three main Valkyries pins, okay? I like this one without the text, and then I got the one with the text. I just had to get the two basic ones to have them, so I throw them on my hats, right? And then I got the alternate logo pin with the little Valkyrie. And then what they had, the special pins, they had a inaugural season pin. Unfortunately, it's just a sticker pin. I don't know if you can tell. It's not the full enamel. It's just a sticker pin. Again, by Windcraft. I don't know if I blame Windcraft, but whoever's doing this, same thing. A sticker pin for the inaugural game versus the Sparks. And I got the magnet too, just because I started collecting magnets. I'm trying to fill up my fridge. So the very first game, Valkyrie Sparks. But another just cheap sticker pin. And I decided I am no longer buying any of these sticker pins. I always say, like, we all have our convictions and stuff like that. And these pins are awful. Here's the Battle of the Bay one. It's another very cheap sticker pin. I mean, it looks like clip art. They didn't even try. And, we'll get to this in a moment too. But, sometimes what I always say is, like, I'm only a man, so I still like this stuff, right? But it's time that I stop. So no more Windcraft sticker pins. I will try to avoid any Windcraft pins or any of the official pins, and I'd rather buy pins from, local artists and fans that make better quality pins. Like our baby boy, Gabriel, took the Coliseum graphic and made a better pin than they made. He made the Farewell Coliseum pin and all that, and they're better than the Windcraft sticker pins. So I'm going to try to hold to that. It's hard because I'm a hoarder and I like my knickknacks and I like my souvenirs, and I'd like to have, an inaugural season pin to say I was there, or the first game pin. But I'm going to try. No more, dude! Dragon Fruit Freeze from Taco Bell. Not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. All right, you survived. That's good. Missed the basketball game tonight. I did too. I missed the basketball game. I was probably a Timbers fan, Sounders fan. I had too much to drink. The Ratchet fights at the Afroman concert. Valkyries home opener looked lit. It was. The Sacktown and the Bay have a rivalry, or not really? A little bit. Like, mostly around like Warriors Kings, if anything. There's always a rivalry by any regions near each other, I think the Portland WNBA team starts either next year or the year after. That'll be cool. Cameron Brink of the Sparks is literally from my hometown. That's cool. Yes, Gabriel was there. We went to Valhalla, dude. We went to Valhalla. We ascended. Valkyries have officially ascended, dude, and we're here. Okay. It was really cool. It was really, really cool. Wasn't Deli Don Renez was also a big deal? I don't know who you mean. Portland doesn't have a team, then I go for option B, which is Seattle. I could see that. In the case of MLS, where both Portland and Seattle have teams, root for Portland. Yeah. Now I can only go for Bay Area teams, dude. I'm not gonna root for any other team. I just can't. It was a fake tattoo, JD. They were doing airbrushing, so as you can see, it's not there anymore. But they were doing airbrushing tattoos, so yeah, I got a temporary tattoo. I was about to do it on my neck right here, and I was like, that's a little too crazy, so I just had him do it on my arm. You did forget to message me, Shot Simple, so I am banning you, dude. You're banned. Avaholic, what up? I'm only a man. It's true. Bay Area Throwbacks in the house. Posted some more amazing pickups. So after this live stream, go check out his channel. The only positive thing the Giants did for the Goofy guys is the 415-510 banner. Yeah. Why are the Valkyries not playing in Chase Center? They are. The Valkyries are playing in Chase Center, but I wish they were playing in Oakland. I think that would have been cool to have a team back in Oakland. But no, they're playing at Chase Center. So yeah, Valkyries game. It was a ton of fun. I'm excited. It'll be better once we have like our solidified team, our solidified stars, and everyone gets to know them. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Sold out crowd, dude. Hype, good vibes. It was great. What up, Blue? Got some news. I'll be going to my first road game ever. Week 1 in Seattle. Dude, Hawk Hater is finally going to Seattle. Have fun, man. That's awesome. Timber Sounders is big, but so is Ducks versus Huskies. Ducks aren't in Portland. Yeah. Now, I look, man, I can only do Bay Area teams, so I finally have a Bay Area team to root for, and I'm excited about that. And I'm glad it's like I said, I hate the jerseys. But I'm glad it's like a cool team. I'm glad they still name themselves Golden State. I'm glad they didn't wuss out, right, with the name. The Valkyries name is awesome. The way it ties in with the Warriors is awesome. The violet color is beautiful. It's one of my favorite colors. All the branding is super cool. I just don't like the uniforms. National headliner. Oh, man. I thought they were playing at Oakland Arena. No. Because Joe Lacob owns the team and he owns the Chase Center. So he gets free rent. If they would have played in Oakland, he would have had to pay rent. Forgot to mention, I'll be wearing a 49 Hawk Hater jersey. So I like to hear. All right, let's get into the controversy. All right. Oakland Ballers season starts Tuesday. I will be there. So for the very first time since the A's moved to Sacramento, the A's came to town. They played a series against the Giants at Oracle Park. So it seemed like a weird thing, right? The thing is, I'm a Giants fan. I'm not an A's fan. There was no consensus. Some people were still looking forward to it. Some people still wanted to go. Some people did go. Some people didn't go. Some people didn't care. Some people cared but didn't want to go. There was no consensus amongst fans, it felt like. And sorry, my hair is really crazy right now. So if you see it all poking and trust the process, okay? It's a process I'm going through right now. You won't be seeing me. Levi said, don't want to get into a fight. You'll be all right, man. Go to a game with me. You'll be fine. Crazy how the Final Four NBA teams have a chance to win their first championship. Yeah, man. It's kind of cool, man. Like, obviously I'm bitter, but like, I do like seeing teams win it that either never have or haven't won in forever. So that is cool. And the fact that the NBA now will have like 7 different champions in 7 years, I think that's a good thing. Speaking of Joe Lega, did you see him and Kaminga were sitting courtside? Yeah, I was sitting behind him. I posted it in the Discord. I posted a picture of them sitting together. If I went to a Roadhawks game, it would be more laid back stadium like SoFi or Arizona. SoFi's not that laid back, man. The LA fans are crazy. They're not as like passionate about football right now, but they're passionate about being passionate, if you know what I mean. But all right, so yeah, the first A's versus Giants game. Previously, the Battle of the Bay, right? The Bay Bridge series. Now, look at this nonsense. Diosa talked about it earlier, brought it up. But we got the Highway 80 series, right? Which was something that people use for Warriors versus Kings. This is just a cheap, thrown together trash shirt. This is not anything that anyone said before previously. This is just something they threw together, probably at the last moment. Someone probably at Fanatics, to try to capitalize. And just like the last Battle of the Bay shirt last year that they put out, the official one, absolute garbage. The last Dive Bar Final Battle of the Bay shirt was way better. This one sucks. Just like that one. Just a cheap, sloppy, a shirt made with no love. As you can see, why does it still have the Bay Bridge on it? You know? Highway 80 but has the Bay Bridge? Or is that supposed to be Benicia Bridge or something? Carquinez Bridge? What is that? Dragon Fruit Freeze, folks. Not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. Looks worse than a Bar Bridge bootleg tee by a lot. That's what I'm saying, man. This is made with no love. Made with no love. And so while the A's were in town, shout out this guy, had the Cell shirt right behind home plate. Right? still pushing the movement. Basically, some things that happen with these series has got people up in arms, and people are on Twitter arguing and going at each other and calling each other names and all kinds of stuff. So I think one of the first things was this banner went up. 415 Heart 510 in the 415 Club. If you're not from the Bay, which I think most people who watch this are, but if you're not from the Bay, these are the two area codes of San Francisco and Oakland. And the 415 Club is obviously named after the area code. And this is right above the bullpen, the visiting bullpen. And the 415 Club is kind of around this. So they put up this banner. I don't know who they is exactly, who in the organization. But this banner went up and a lot of people were upset. A lot of A's fans were upset because they said, which is factual, that, the Giants were, they voted for the relocation, to approve the relocation, which is true. And now they feel that this is now disingenuous and hypocritical, I guess. And a blatant attempt to try to lure East Bay fans to the Giants fan base, which I understand those points. I do. I get it. I don't necessarily agree, but I understand where people get that sentiment. To me, it's, I understand being upset. I would be upset. And again, look, I'm a Giants fan. I'm not the one that was hurt, right? I was hurt a little bit because I like the A's and I like Oakland and I like the people of Oakland. So obviously, as much as I did during this whole time, yes, I was emotionally invested as well. But I am not. I'm collateral damage, right? I'm not the target. And unfortunately, I guess the problem with that for me is that as a Giants fan, people could easily just dismiss what I say. Oh, he's a Giants fan, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't know. He doesn't care. Whatever. Or I'm biased, whatever. And I get that. And obviously, every person is biased. But I think I have a long track record of standing on business regardless. So last year, I've told this story a lot, so I apologize if you've heard it multiple times, but the Giants have never acknowledged me as a creator, even though I've done a bunch of Giants content, right? And then last year, I did the Fan Fest video for the Giants, and the official account commented on my video, made a joke that I made in the video. It meant a whole lot to me. Just a simple comment on YouTube. You gotta understand, I'm a small creator still after all these years, dude. My videos still barely get a couple hundred views. So it meant the world to me that my team finally acknowledged me, right? And then right after that, they fired Rennell. Obviously not the same people who left the comment, but like the organization fired Rennell. So a lot of my plans that I was going to do last season for content, I ditched because I have to keep my integrity in some way. And what they did to Rennell was wrong. And just like I said with the pins earlier, I'm only a man though. So I still went to some Giants games. I still did the Rickwood stuff and all that. But I scaled it back heavily because I didn't feel right just acting like nothing had happened. So despite being a Giants fan, I stand on business. And despite being a Giants fan, I hate all the owners. I hate our owners. I hate Charles Johnson the most. I hate all the owners. And like I've said, every owner, every billionaire owner, they are only as good as their interests align with the fan bases. As soon as their interests do not align with the fan bases, they will stab their fan base in the back. Every single owner. So every single owner deserves the criticism. And we deserve to keep our foot on their necks as much as we can as fans which is why, again, I'm only a man, so I still want to go to games. I can't help it. I love it. But I'm trying. That's why I'm going to try to stop buying these Windcraft pins. I've decided no more, right? All the owners suck. That's my point. So I understand if any A's fans disagree with me. But it's not because I'm biased or whatever. It's just because we have a different opinion. Okay? This is where I see it. Like, here's the other part also that people are upset about. The Oakland Ballers front office basically was apparently invited to the Giants game, and they shouted him out on the video board. The Oakland Roots and the Oakland Soul as well were invited and shouted out on the video board. And so a lot of people were very, very upset with this. Diosa, no, it did not. Yeah, so people were very upset about this. They said, well, why would you be part of this when the Giants voted for you to move, right? That was basically the criticism. Like, they're the bad guys too, so why would you go? Look, we can have our different opinions. I don't agree with that. Okay? I don't agree with that at all. This is what I've always tried to impart through this whole thing. Where our power as fans truly lies. And that is the fact that, and look, we're talking sports, right? This is supposed to be just entertainment, recreation. But like I said, there's always parallels to society and problems in society. And that's why, like I said in the Rickwood video, politics has always been part of sports. So when people say, like, keep politics out of sports, no, that's just because they're on the wrong side of it and they don't like to hear that. But there's parallels to society, and it's, to me, an entry point for people to kind of learn how things work, so that we can continue to build a better society. So if we start with sports, we start with sports. But where our value and where our power lies is the fact that the way I see it, and I've explained this to you guys before, but this is kind of a different way, I think. But there's two teams for every team. So let's say for the San Francisco Giants, I'm a San Francisco Giants fan, okay? When I say that, I'm talking about the players, the former players, the alumni, the staff, the concession workers, the coaches, the fans, the creatives that make art. That's who I'm talking about. Nothing to do with the executives or the ownership group. Zero. Now, there is another version of that team that is on the paperwork, right? That pays the taxes to the IRS and stuff, and has their business license and all that, and the contracts. I don't care about that at all. That doesn't exist without the other. The other can exist without them, though. And that is where our power lies. We don't need the executives in the major ownership group. We don't need that to have a grassroots movement, to have a team, to have a community-based organization. You don't need that. They need us. So what I think some Oakland fans are seeming to have a problem with is they just see it as one entity. So they are like blaming Giants fans or even people in the organization for a vote that the ownership group did, that we had nothing to do with, no say in, nothing. Right? And I think that's where the disconnect is, and that's where you're going to lose steam, because instead of partnering up, you are making enemies out of allies. Now, this is my thing. If you are mad about anyone showing up to the Giants games, or you're mad about anyone going to Giants games or having anything to do with the Giants, then you need to be mad at everybody who has anything to do with MLB, because everybody voted for the relocation because they only care about their own interests. Every owner would vote yes now because now, if you haven't noticed, in the past 20, 30 years especially, the rich have consolidated their power and they've been walking in lockstep. And that is why we have what's going on in this country right now. Is because they've all been pushing the same line of their own interests. And in baseball and sports as well. So every owner is going to vote to approve the relocation because if they want to relocate, they want everyone to vote yes for them too. They're loyal to themselves. So if you are an Oakland fan and you are particularly mad at the Giants, that is based on nothing but pettiness. Like, you have to hate every team the same because all the teams are the same if that's the way you see it. A's aren't worth being upset anymore. I agree with that. Yes, Rye Guy. Ownership doesn't speak for common fans. Exactly. Weren't people always mad too that the Giants didn't relinquish their territorial rights? Well, all right, I can explain that as well because that is basically, it's true, but that's not the whole story. I think I realize it's impossible to create utopia, but the current situation is not acceptable. Yeah, I agree. Bad my druthers, I would just be a hippie who lives in the woods. So the territorial rights thing, that's another thing that A's fans use to be mad at Giants fans. Again, Giants fans had nothing to do with this. What really matters about a sports team and fan base had no say in this. The players, the fans, the concession workers, the staff, the grounds crew, all the people who matter had no say in this. Keep that in mind. So the A's, Walter Haas, ended up relinquishing territorial rights to San Jose. Basically, to try to open the door for the Giants to move to San Jose. Now, they wanted that so that they could try to move in on the San Francisco market, which was obviously a more prestigious market. So it wasn't given out of charity or out of the kindness of their hearts, first of all. Also, that was multiple ownership groups ago for both teams. So when the current ownership group of the Giants, when they bought in, the territorial rights were part of their purchasing price. And the MLB would not change that. So imagine if it's like if you moved into a house where part of the backyard used to be someone else's backyard, and 2 owners ago, they signed it over. And now they're coming back like, oh, give us the backyard back. But you bought the square footage. You paid for it. You had nothing to do with those previous ownership groups. That's basically what it is. And not only that, but the A's going to San Jose isn't much better than going to Sacramento. They're still leaving their original community. Like, not original, you know what I mean? They're leaving their community. And not only that, but the A's wasted a decade on this San Jose thing. They wasted all these years on Fremont and all these things that they didn't do the groundwork. They didn't do the work to make happen. And then they knew that they didn't have territorial rights, and they still wasted time trying to make that happen. I'm sorry, but I do not feel bad that the poor A's didn't get hundreds of millions of dollars free. Now, I'm thankful the Giants did. That worked in my favor, but I don't care about any of them. If the Giants would have left, I would have just been an A's fan. I was really young anyways. So, look, it's all a mess. All the owners do everything for their own best interest. They don't do anything for the fans' best interest. They don't. Now, sometimes their best interest aligns with the fans' best interest, and then everyone's happy. But that's just because they just happen to want the same things. All the owners suck. So look, if you're going to hate the Giants, you have to hate every team. Now, so if you just bow out of the MLB, I respect that. But if you pick and choose who you're mad at, I don't understand. I don't get that. And again, that's not me just being defensive because I'm a Giants fan. I don't care what anyone thinks. Oops. Oh, I went to the circle. Trying to fix something. There it is. In the third deck, it's his fault they left. That was the last straw. But look, man, I understand being upset. I just think you can't cherry pick who you're upset about. And again, with every team, there's what really matters, and there's the front office and the owners. Front office and not the front office totally, the executives though, the people who, the shareholders in some instances, like the people way at the top, the people who actually make the money. Those people, you can't trust them. I don't like any of them. I don't like the Giants ownership, nothing. But here's the other thing. Like, if you hate Giants fans, which I see, because I see this on Twitter and Reddit, right? People mad at like it's the fans' fault. The fans had nothing to do with it. If you are mad at Giants fans because of what their ownership group did, vote for relocation, not give back territorial rights, whatever it is. If you're mad at the fans for that, then we should have been mad at you and hated A's fans for years for everything John Fisher did. We should have been mad at him trying to exploit taxpayers. I mean, we should have been, we were mad at that. Everyone's mad at that. But like, I don't give A's fans problems because of that. Like, he tried to exploit taxpayers. He tried to exploit, he does exploit revenue sharing. He doesn't field a competitive team. Like, he actively hurts the league. But no, for some reason, nobody blames A's fans. As they shouldn't be blamed. But for some reason, you guys are mad at Giants fans for what the Giants ownership does. That doesn't make sense to me. When Donald Sterling was saying all these racist things, I wasn't mad at Clippers fans. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense. I guess, like, again, everyone's free to feel how they want. I'm just saying it doesn't make sense. It to me, it's contradictory to hate an entire fan base because of that vote, but then you guys for years, nobody hated on you because of the things your owner did. Like, that's two separate things, so it's contradictory, man. Like, it's just dumb. But I mean, it is whatever. If you guys want to be that petty and bitter at the wrong things, go ahead. This is kind of my problem with social justice, internet activists. What irritates me about that, as someone who's really, really invested in social justice and trying to think of ways that like I can help. I try to donate as much as I can. I've been broke for a while, but I've donated a lot of money to different causes. I've been to protests and marches. Like, that is something that's super important to me. But what I don't like about internet activists is they will try to score easy points by like going after someone who's trying to be an ally but makes a little mistake, or they just don't like it. I just think you're going after the wrong people and you're wasting time, and all you're doing is riling yourself up, and you're getting angry, and you're getting petty, and it's not the right people when we should be coming together as fans to fight back against all these owners. When I say I hate Giants fans, because so many encounters, but you got to understand, Jenny, everybody else has those same encounters with other fan bases. Every fan base has those people. So no fan base is above the vulgar, stupid fans. I've had that at A's games. I've gone to A's games and just dealt with the most annoying fans ever. But I know that those fans might go to Oracle Park and deal with some annoying fans. I've gone to San Diego games and had super annoying fans. Like, that's just, every fan base has that. It's just you don't see it because you are in your fan base. And so you have your experience, but everybody else has those experiences with other fans too. A lot of A's fans hate on the Giants fan base because their owners approve the move, but have moved to new MLB teams who also have owners. That's exactly my point. You either have to, it's contradictory to not just, you have to be done with MLB, but you can't just pick and choose. You can't be like, no, F the Giants, I'll never root for the Giants. And then suddenly you're like a Dodgers fan or something. Like, what do you do? They're as bad as everyone else. They're all bad. But look, I just think it's a waste of time. We should be coming together. We should be all, and the way I see it, the Ballers, Roots, and all them going to the Giants game, I think the synergy is important. And I think them getting out there is important. The thing is, there's never going to be a perfect situation outside of the establishment. The isolationist thing is not going to work. So work with the good people, because obviously there's some good people in that organization who have love for Oakland and Oakland sports. Now, maybe some of them, it's disingenuous and they're just like, oh, we can capture that fan base and get more money. That might be. But I know, and deep down you know, that there's a lot of good people in that organization who hated seeing the A's leave. And a lot of them have been on TV talking about it. And here's the thing, too. If it was the other way around, if the Giants were moving, if the Giants were leaving, going through all that, and the A's were solidified, would the A's fans have been at Oracle Park? Like a lot of us were at the reverse boycott, and we did Unite the Bay and the last Battle of the Bay. There was a whole lot of Giants fans supporting. Would the A's fans have been supporting the Giants fans? Or would it have been a petty, bitter, ha ha ha? Something to think about. You know, the majority of your encounters are with Giants fans because of years of the encounters with the Giants. Well, yeah, I'm saying you have your experience is being an A's fan, and you're right by Giants fans, so you have more encounters with Giants fans than anyone else. So of course you're gonna have bad encounters with the Giants fans. Nobody should get personally assaulted over a sports team. I agree with that. I just think this whole movement has been important when it comes to like I said, this is an introductory class to the parallels between what these owners do to us as fans and what they're doing to us in the corporate world and everything else. And so I think it's important to actually fight the proper battle. And going after other fans that had nothing to do with it is not the proper battle. And going after, like I said, you can't pick and choose which organization when all the organizations all did the same thing. You're just being petty. Yeah. And look, I love Oakland. I love Oakland fans. I've always enjoyed my time going to Oakland games. I have bought into the Ballers. I've bought into the Roots. I have nothing but love. I just think we should be, I think you can build with positivity here at this point. The negativity should be at the owners and the owners only. Why drive the wedge between fan bases when you could drive the wedge between owners and everybody? Like I said, any A's fans who are just done with the MLB, I totally understand that. But I just think, yeah, it's either all or nothing. I think. But look, I'm open to being wrong. And a lot of these people who are upset, I'm cool with them. They're buddies and stuff. I have no problem. This is not a personal attack. I just think all these steps that we can take collectively are important. And the infighting, not coming together as fan bases, it was kind of, it's wasting opportunity. You know? And again, look, a lot of people would dismiss anything I say just because I'm a Giants fan. I get that, but I've never been the type to just toe the line or just be completely biased. I try to be as fair as I possibly can. The Giants have done stupid things I can't stand. They fired Rennell. Stupid. One of our owners, Charles Johnson, piece of trash. They fired Rennell, and I canceled a bunch of plans. So, again, I stand on business. Maybe not as much as I should. Maybe I should just bow out like other people are. Maybe I will at some point. Like I said, I'm bowing out of buying these kinds of pins. I'm done with that. But, look, man. We could all be pushing together and supporting. This is the thing, is like, instead of getting mad at the Roots and the Soul and the Ballers for going to the game, use that opportunity to build up those teams that actually let the communities buy in. Use the establishment for that end. Like I said, the isolationist thing is not going to work. And honestly, the way I think, if I could put myself in Oakland fans' shoes, I would probably be done for at least 2 or 3 years. I'd probably just bow out and then maybe figure something out down the road. And again, I've said, like, whatever a fan wants to do, that's their journey, that's their choice. If they want to, whatever team they want to be a fan of, go ahead. I'll respect it, except for unless you become a Dodgers fan. I won't respect that. But whatever your journey is, that's your journey. I respect it. No hate. But yeah, I mean, look, I'm not getting anything of it. I don't feel like, I'm not saying this to be defensive. Like I feel attacked because, they're coming at Giants fans. You should know that I don't care what anyone says. That doesn't bother me at all. Nobody's coming at me as a Giants fan. I don't care, dude. I don't care. Like, I am the least peer pressured person that you've ever met. I've never smoked. I've never drank. I've been around all of it. I've been around whatever drugs you can think of in the world. I've never done them. I don't care what anyone does or thinks at all. Now, I do want to be liked, right? Because deep down, he's just a little baby boy searching for love. But like, I stand on business and that's it. What I think is right. And what I think is right is everyone coming together. And I think we should applaud that the Ballers were there. I think we should applaud, like, yeah, get the brand out there. That legitimizes the brand. Because, look, a lot of people, they're very simple with this. They're not going to take something like the Ballers serious until the Ballers are co-signed by something. That's how people are, unfortunately. It's like with this YouTube channels. if you don't have a certain amount of subscribers, if you're not co-signed by a bigger YouTuber, people don't take it serious, right? It's the same thing. That's how people see things. I'm not saying it's right, but that's how people see things. So use the establishment. Use every little bit they give you. Use every little bit they give you. And push it. Push the ballers. Let's fill Raymond Park. Because now, maybe not, but maybe there's some fans that were at Oracle Park and was like, oh, the baller? Oh, I heard of that team. Oh, wow, they're here and the Giants are shouting them out? Damn, I got to go check out what they're doing over there. That should be the energy, because it's not the owners that cast the vote for the A's to move were not the ones hitting up the ballers. Hey, come on through. No. Dude, Charles Johnson, I've never seen him at a game. They don't care, man. Owners don't care. So what we do down here, what we do at the ballparks, it doesn't matter. That's aside from whatever the owners are doing. Do you get it? Do you get it? Dying for a street sign you don't even own is dumb, right? Yeah. Have me getting a fight over Buster Posey. Dude, I'll fight for Buster Posey, dude. Come on. All this negative energy should be put in something positive. I agree. That's kind of basically my point. That's basically my point. Instead of being mad at them, be like, you know what? This is a good moment. This is a big moment. Just like the San Jose Giants doing everything they did to have the Battle of the Bay 2.0 with the Oakland Ballers. Same thing, man. It's a good thing. It's a good moment. It's like politics, man. Like, you're not ever going to get the perfect candidate. You're not ever going to get all the pieces of trash out of government. You're not. There's a lot of people in government. There's always going to be pieces of trash. That's why you just keep your foot on the gas and you keep pushing. So if any MLB team, whether it's the Giants or whoever else, invites one of these community teams, put your foot on the gas and go right through that opportunity. Dylan for president, Gabe for vice president. I don't know about that. I did time in Preston. You have an organization that leaves Oakland and wants to plan to play another game back there and even has some All-Star Game side events there. Yeah. Taking photos with any Dodgers fan north of Bakersfield. I like that. All I know is I had Taco Bell for dinner too. There you go, man. There you go, Mark. And you have the A's and Raiders who wouldn't dream of playing a game back at the Coliseum. And that's true. Found a little slice of peace on that last baseball event ever at the Coliseum being Ricky's last game. That's pretty cool. That was a good day. As much as I hate Manfred, he has grown the MLB so much. He has, but he's I don't like him. I don't like Manfred. I don't like any of the owners. And look, regardless if anyone feels differently or thinks what I just said is crazy or not right or whatever, I'm still for the people. I'm still, you know what I mean? I think a lot of people don't understand that you can have a differing opinion and it doesn't mean either person is wrong. It's just a differing opinion. Not everything is black and white. So look, if you didn't like the Ballers Roots Soul going to the game, cool. I thought it was a good thing. I want more people to be aware of those teams. I want more people to think it's more legitimate now. I want those people to be brought in. I want those people to maybe get a targeted ad on Instagram and be like, oh, these are the guys I saw at the Giants game. Like, all those things are good things if you take the opportunity. Take it when it's given to you. Just if you just want the Ballers to be on an island in Raimondi Park, that doesn't make sense, man. I would rather the Ballers use every avenue to get bigger and bigger and show people that this model is a little bit better than the model of the singular owner or ownership group. That's what I want. If it was up to me, all the owners would be out. All of them would be gone. Every team would be community owned. Like I said, man, there's 2 teams for every team. There's what's on the paperwork, and there's the actual team and the fan base. Only one can exist without the other. I think I made my point. I hope. But again, if people disagree, whatever, dude. I don't care. If you want to waste the opportunity, cool. If you want to be stubborn, petty, cool. Do you? I'm gonna do me. I've been a negative, bitter, angry, aggressive person most of my life, and I'm trying to be different because that didn't work. That didn't work at all. And I had to learn this like in my career as well, like, my regular day job career too, is like sometimes you have to work with people you don't like. You can't avoid it. You're never, like I said, you're never going to find this perfect situation where everybody's all on board, everybody's pushing the same line. You're not. So accept that there's going to be differing opinions. Accept that people are going to see it a different way. What's important is what is the end goal, and then we can debate or argue about, what's the best path to get to that end goal. That's how it should be. I think that's how it should be. But look, dude, maybe I'm crazy, dude. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just drinking this dragon fruit freeze, losing my mind, dude. Right? I still got all the love in the world for these Oakland fans. I don't take any of it personal. The attacks on Giants fans, whatever. And I hope they don't take it personal when I say my piece either. And I understand, look, I'm not an Oakland A's fan. I never was. I did like them. I would root for them in the American League. But I was not part of that fan base like that. So I understand that I am along for the ride. I'm not the spokesperson. I am not the foundation of it. I'm just a dude speaking his mind. I'm also a dude that I think has a lot of stuff figured out that could help. But again, I'm not perfect. I can be wrong. But at least I have the humility to admit that I can be wrong. This dragon fruit freeze is good, folks. Fortunately, a family going to MLB is harder and harder. Yeah, it is. The prices of food especially are ridiculous. It's just, like I said, it's society in general, man. Like, we got to get to a point where the rich people just stop exploiting us. They're making billions and billions of dollars. They don't need to charge as much for food. Concession workers, stadium workers, they could all get paid a living wage. They don't currently. We got to start somewhere, and we can't just wait for the perfect situation. We can't wait for everything to be lined up. You have to take every step you can take, you got to take. And so to me, I'm happy that more people saw the Oakland Ballers. I'm happy they got shouted out by a major league team. Regardless, like I said, even if it was disingenuous or whatever, it's still a net positive. It's still a positive thing for the team. You can disagree. That's fine. I don't take it personal. Just, I hope my disagreements nobody takes personal. That would be weird. You know what I mean? That would be weird. But yeah. Anyways, I don't know what else to say. I think I covered it. Yeah, I don't know. I think that the way that Green Bay runs their team is the best model. They have a board, but they're also owned by the community, and they sell stock that way. No, agreed. And that's, that's similar to Roots and Ballers. Yeah, that's the model that we need to push, I think. And I think we should all push it collectively. And look, man, like last week, if you guys remember, I talked about that Vegas A's fan who was just riling people up on Twitter. And I said I would love to do like a charity boxing event with that person. They were going at Casey Pratt, right? And it's just so weird because like Casey Pratt has done nothing but like try to do good things for the community. And Casey Pratt had to take that I didn't agree with either, right? He said he tried to bring up, I think, I don't know if he's upset about this, but, and I'm only mentioning him by name because he's a public figure. The other people I'm not really mentioning because they're not public figures, so I'm not just going to use names, but he's a public figure. And also, you know, a buddy of mine at this point. Like, I can text him. We're not, like, super close, but someone I respect and appreciate, and we're friendly. So, you know, he had the take about, like, don't forget what the Giants did. But again, every team did that. So I don't see being upset at one particular team just because they happen to be the close team. Is it because there's an ulterior motive to get the whole bay to themselves? Is that like the theory? Which might be true for the executives and whatnot. But look, a lot of us fans, I didn't hear any Giants fans say that they wanted the A's to leave. Right? But look, what I was going to say though. So that Vegas A's fan was like going at Casey Pratt. And like I said, I didn't respect it. One of the people going at Giants fans also is another anonymous A's account that I saw that was like replying to everything on Twitter, right? Like, this is outside of like the A's situation and the Giants and all that. Outside of that, if you have an anonymous Twitter account and you're just going in on people, like, I don't respect that at all. I don't respect your opinion. I don't respect what you have to say. Most likely don't respect you as a person because you don't put a name and a face. Like, you don't stand by what you're saying. And that to me is weird and cowardly. That's why I get on here with my stupid little face and I say what I need to say. And I'll stand on it because I know my intentions. My intentions are good. I want every fan to not get mistreated. I want every fan to not lose their team because of corporate greed. That's what I want. Unfortunately, the corporations are part of it. So we got to play the game a little bit. Until we have enough power to change it. Right now, we don't. But we can take steps. But that means you can't tear people down because they're doing it a little bit differently from you. And I've seen a whole lot of that with the whole A's thing. Not just with this. Not just with Giants fans. I've seen A's groups getting mad at each other and talking trash to each other and doing underhanded things to each other. And it's like, look, you may be doing things differently, but you're on the same side. Like, I don't know. I think an unfortunate part of it is like, not everybody has like good intentions. I think most people do, but there's some people who don't. They just, I don't know. I don't know if it's clout or whatever, but they kind of maybe insert themselves or something. I try to stay away from those people, to be honest. I've seen that. I try to stay away from it. So that's why, you know, there's a handful of Oakland A's fans that I'm cool with. Excited to see them at games. Always say what's up to them and stuff. But some of the other ones where I've just seen them do weird things, I'm like, I ignore them. As someone who manages stand workers and concessions, there was a policy that was implemented where corporate takes 50% of tips. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. That is so messed up. Oracle Park can be a neutral ground for the A's fans who don't want to support the move to sack, maybe. Well, that's kind of what it is like they don't want that. A lot of them hate the Giants. My point is, if you hate the Giants, cool. But hate every team, because every team did it. If you blame a fan base for what the owners did, then you have to hate every single fan base. And again, I think it's contradictory to hate the Giants for what their owners did, but nobody hates A's fans for what their owner did. But look, I'm going to keep pushing the line. If anyone, especially if we're cool, if we're friends, and you didn't agree with what I said or you're upset about it, then just tell me, dude. Tell me. If I swear to God, dude, if I'm going to be hot. If I go, because I'm going to Ballers games, I'm going to Roots games, I'm doing all that still. Going to Valkyries games, going to SF City FC games. I'm going to games. I'm going to Giants games. I'm going to games, right? So if anyone acts weird and petty to me, don't let that happen. Talk to me like a grown-up. Because none of this is with any hostility. This is just what's the best way to figure this out. Because I'm still with it. I'm still with the people, and that's it. Don't act weird, dude. Anyone. I hope you're all, whoever may see this, I hope you're grown enough to understand that we can have conversations. We can have nuanced conversations. See, that got me mad. That's how I know I'm crazy, dude. That got me mad. The hypothetical. I made up a scenario in my head and got angry. But this dragon fruit freeze is bringing me back down to earth. Never forget, you came from all the way out of town just to take photos with me at the final game. I feel like some A's fans should not be picking fights with the Giants. Dodgers and Yankees much worse. They probably engineered the move. I mean, who knows? You know, who knows? I think, look, if again, we're talking ownership groups versus fan bases. The ownership groups, they're all bad. Every single one. There's no way all that went down without the Giants having some influence. I mean, maybe. But again, that wasn't the Giants fans. I hope they didn't. But they fired Rennell. I didn't want that. Yeah. And let me just also explain that, though. If it came out, if there was a report or something like that, that confirmed, like, oh, the Giants were behind the scenes helping push the A's out because they wanted to take over the whole Bay Area territory. If that came out and fans were like, FTG, right? F the Giants, I get that. You should say that and be like, I won't be a Giants fan. That makes sense to me because being a fan of a team, unfortunately, you do have to help the blood-leeching capitalists at the top. So I get that. But again, it is not the fans that did that. The fans didn't do that. And if you go on Twitter and you attack Giants fans who literally went to the reverse boycott and Unite the Bay and all that and were supporting Oakland and waving signs saying sell the team, and you're attacking them, that's wrong. Like you're doing it wrong. You are not helping your cause at all. You're making an enemy out of an ally because it's an easy target. Like I said, that's my issue with internet activists. They go after easy targets to try to score easy points sometimes. Because going after the big guys and going after the real bad guys, that's not easy. But it is easy to go after someone who's not trying to fight. It's basically like bullying. A's fans are just bitter, and that's is okay. It's understandable, but attack other fans is dumb. That's basically my thing. You should be upset. I would be upset. I totally understand being upset, but focus your energy at the right things and the right people. And guess what? If you think, oh, the Giants are this terrible organization, if they invite you, you still go. You still go and put on and be like, we're better. use it. If you feel like they used you, use them back. I think I got this figured out. Nah, but hey, look, A's fans, I'm still on your side. I still appreciate you and respect you. Just let's refocus. Let's refocus. And again, I'm not defensive. Hate the Giants if you want. I don't care. But don't come at the other fans. Nobody's come at me. Nobody said anything to me. But I've seen it towards other fans who mean well. So stop. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. Enemy out of an ally. Say that part again. I said it earlier too, so this would be the third time. Enemy out of an ally. You know, it's just you can't let the bitterness and all that take you down the wrong path. But be upset. But we're upset with you. What did you get from Taco Bell? Dragon fruit freeze. It's so good. So good. I don't know. I feel like I exhausted that topic. Yeah, I'll just reiterate though. If you're cool with me, even if you're not cool with me, even if I don't know you, if you have a problem with anything I said, just talk to me. Just talk to me. Because I'm going to 2 Ballers games this week. And if you act weird to me, dude, don't act weird to me. I love you guys. What else? What about this? You guys see this? Nicolas Cage as John Madden. Christian Bale as Al Davis. I don't know. I don't know what to think. Like, the idea sounds great. Just Nicolas Cage as John Madden throws me off. Like, I guess this works, kinda. I just don't. I don't take Nicolas Cage as a serious actor. That's the problem. And like, I love Madden. I want to see the story of Madden, but like, I want it to be good also. I want it to be good, dude. I think Christian Bale as Al Davis will probably knock it out of the park, though. You know. I don't know. What do you guys think? Yeah, that's not the Coliseum. So I don't know what they were. I don't know where it's supposed to be. Or if, I mean, it looks like a baseball stadium, I think. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll figure out where the stadium is. I don't know where they're filming, but, yeah. I don't know. Speaking of the Ballers, there's some new shirts from Oaklandish. I don't know if you guys. I think they're nice little casual shirts, you know. But I think what I like more than just the shirt is just more merch. I want them to pump out merch, you know. So, I like the white one. I might grab the white one. We'll see. If they have it in person at the game, I might cop it. But kind of cool. Not bad. At first, I was kind of like, it seems simple, but I don't know. Kind of like it now. I think the white one won me over for some reason. The black spray paint looks good. What else? Pittsburgh Pirates are putting out a Mac Miller bobblehead. Thought this was cool. They put out a cool little hype video for it. Thought that was cool. I like Mac Miller. And I didn't really talk about it, but the Red Sox City Connects are here. I love them, dude. I love them. We were talking about it in the Discord. I love them so much. I think they're phenomenal. Dude. They're kind of like almost A's jerseys, right? But all the little details, the yellow on the light green just pops just like the green monster. Oh, they're beautiful, dude. They're great. Yeah, I want to get one, but I'm not going to wear a Red Sox jersey. You know what I mean? I can't wear a Red Sox jersey. Well, maybe I can. Maybe I can. I don't know. All right, then we got the Yankee Stadium popcorn bucket. Have you guys seen this? It's like stadium shaped. I love the idea. I think the execution could have been better. I mean, maybe not though. Maybe the simpleness is kind of cool. Yeah, it definitely like it makes me want an Ebbets Field one because Ebbets Field had like the same shape on the facade, which I like better than Yankee Stadium. I always thought Yankee Stadium was really boring. So this in the Ebbets Field, and you know I hate the Dodgers, but I love Ebbets Field, dude. And it comes with a cup too, which is interesting. I don't know. Imagine trying to drink out of that weird stadium-shaped cup. Might be a little awkward, but it's kind of cool. I kind of want to get one of the cups. Popcorn bucket's a little big, but I'll get a cup. I'll put a cup on my shelf. But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna rate these. I guess I'm gonna give them like a 7.5. Yeah, I'll give them both like a 7.5 because mostly for the going out on a limb, the innovation, right? And the fact that it's not covered in like sponsors and stuff is cool. Unless it is in the back. They didn't show the other side, but yeah, 7.5. That's a solid score. Solid score, dude. If you act weird, then let me know so I can record it. I'll start a fight with you so you can go viral on social media. Please, dude, I need that. Beat me up. Beat me up so I can get sympathy and I can start a GoFundMe. Please. Jack Black would have been a better fit. Dude, Jack Black is Madden? That's kind of... I wonder if he could do it. Love Nick Cage. I mean, The Rock, Con Air. No, I love Nicolas Cage. I just don't consider him like a serious actor. You know what I mean? Daly City Kid, that's right. Billy's Bees shirts are still for sale. That's right. Hit up Gamer Athletics. I already got mine. I hate the Yankees. That's pretty dope. Agreed. Doesn't look like Yankee Stadium. The color doesn't fit with the population bucket. You mean the popcorn bucket? What would be cool is if the Yankee Stadium bucket also had a diamond, the bases and the field dimensions. Yeah, that would be cool. The popcorn bucket is elite. I think it's plastic. It looks plastic. Oh, wrong guy. Where'd it go? Yeah. Yeah, I want to see the whole thing, though. It could go up to like an 8, 8.5. Nicolas Cage would have been a great Superman. I don't know, that picture I saw of him in the Superman costume was not very, very good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, guys. You know. Mac Miller bobblehead is dope. It is. Just wish they put the extra money in and actually do the filming at the Coliseum. That's what I don't get. Like, the Coliseum's available. You know? So I wonder where they're filming it. It's like, you could have easily got into the Coliseum for that. Easily. Anyways, no more sticker pins, guys. Hold me to it. If you see me buy another sticker pin, throw me off a bridge, dude. Because I'm not sticking to my convictions. And I need to. I need to be better. And now, in solidarity with my Oakland A's friends, I will burn this hat live on the live stream. All right? You ready to burn this? No, I'm keeping this for posterity. Look how terrible, dude. The cheapest, flimsiest garbage. Just... I mean, it's not like you expect a lot from a giveaway hat. I just expect a lot from a giveaway hat when it's your first game in a new city. Then I expect you to spend a little extra, especially when that city is giving you so much. They're already paying for everything. John Fisher's the worst, dude. I mean, they all suck, like I said. Don't get me wrong. They all suck. You know? It's not even just MLB. You guys know the story of the Alliance of American Football? Terrible owner of that league. Terrible. Let's just keep our foot on their necks, like, and use the opportunities given. And remember that MLB, the fan bases, the organizations are filled with allies. Filled. Yeah. What's on the inside? A diamond, I'm sure. It's a sure 9. You think if there's a diamond, it's a 9? Have I ever even given a 9 or higher? I don't know. I don't know. Wish they put that Sacramento script on the away jerseys. I mean, they should have done something for Sacramento, but they don't care. I don't know. Again, with the A's too, I still think there's a chance that. I mean, I think it's like an equal chance they either stay in Sacramento, go to Portland, Salt Lake, or Vegas. I think it's like 25% chance of either of those. They keep lying about the groundbreaking. F was the son of one of the owners of the original XFL, and that didn't last. He screwed everyone over. That may be the best popcorn bucket you have shown. I mean, I guess it is cool. It is cool. It's just I don't know if I like the fact that it's all one color or not. And I want to see what's on the back. I haven't seen what the outfield part of it looks like, you know? I don't know. We'll revisit. What is the worst quality bobblehead you have seen? Oh, I showed you guys the Brian Wilson one. If this counts. Because it's unlicensed. It's just, I mean, I guess it's not the worst bobblehead. It's just like it's unlicensed. It doesn't really even look like him. It has fuzz for the beard. Just, I don't know. That's like the worst one. Otherwise, I don't know. The thing is, like I've said, I don't buy too many bobbleheads. Like I only get bobbleheads I really want. So I'm not like, you know, a lot of bobblehead collectors are very like thorough or like they're completionists. They want everything. I'm not like that. I just want just the ones I really like. I don't really get any of the other ones. So I don't know. All the ones I have, I'm pretty happy with. Actually, you know, this Iverson one's not that great, but like it's the classic style, so I don't really expect them to be that great. The Eckersley's great. Like the Willie Mays is great. Like that, yeah, they're all pretty darn good. The ones I have, at least. Yeah, I like them all. Good night, Marie. No, it's hard to like because it's Yankees. Yeah, if Fisher owned the Portland A's, and I wouldn't defect, honestly. Yeah, I mean, nobody should. That's the thing is like, you know, I've been getting into soccer more, rooting for the Roots, rooting for Bay FC, and now rooting for SF City FC. I finally went to a game, and I'm not gonna root for the Earthquakes because John Fisher. Now, they're my MLS team because, again, to me, my teams are assigned. They're not chosen. I don't choose my teams. They're based on where I'm from, right? So, like in my eyes, Oakland Ballers, that's the Bay Area's Pioneer League team. They're the first Bay Area Pioneer League team, right? So that's my team. So yeah, the Earthquakes are my MLS team, but I'm not going to be involved or emotionally invested or watch games if John Fisher is the owner of that team. And again, I hate all the owners. I think all the owners suck. I think he sucks, you know, to an even higher degree than the rest of them. and it's enough for me to just not be involved at all. Whereas the other owners of the other teams are bad enough that I will do whatever I can to push a movement against them, but not enough where I don't still want to like go to games and stuff. But I have scaled back. Like I said at the top, I went to less Giants games last year than I had planned to. I did less Giants content than I planned to because of what they did to Rennell and stuff like that. So nobody cares about the Trash Can Raiders. Rams will always own LA. All right. Have you checked out Monterey Bay FC? Not yet. Gonna get you fully on board the beautiful game. Yeah, I'm trying to, I'm trying to like with soccer and hockey, like I need to learn, like understand the game more, right? Like I know the basics, but like the nuance, the little things in the game that you have to like really know the game to understand. That's the stuff. That's what I need to get to with soccer and hockey. Caption the post night. Who? You're not only a client, you're the player president. I think why I'm comfortable with rooting for some Seattle teams is because I got a lot of family there, and Portland and Seattle are very similar cities. No, I totally get that. Again, everybody has their own journey, their own thing, their own fandom. Somehow that hat's going to become really valuable because everyone's going to burn them or throw them away. Yeah, it might be. I'm going to keep that stuff as just like a historical remembrance. Did I open the Kruko bobblehead? I had it here for one of the live streams. I don't think I actually opened it. Did I open this? If not, I'll open it right now. Bonus show and tell. I don't think I opened this. No, it's still taped together and everything. Dude, I have so much styrofoam all over the floor. I got to vacuum. All right, the Kruko bobblehead. It's got the stand. Take the stand out. 1986, 20 wins. It's crazy how many more like wins and losses they used to get back in the day. And now with all the pitching changes and all that, you see so many fewer. Ooh, that's pretty. That's pretty. Let's see. Can't get it to go in. I don't know if it's supposed to screw in. This one's screwing. Bay Area Throwbacks. You got this one? Does it screw in? Oh, it looks like it screws in. I thought it popped in. Maybe it doesn't. I can't tell, dude. It's like scraping the base now, though. Alright, whatever. Kruko. That's a good one, man. It looks just like him. The bright white jersey, block letters. Yeah, it's a good bobble. I like that one. I got that one for a pretty good deal too. Pretty good deal. Now I want the Kruk and Kipe sitting at the desk bobble, but man, it goes for a lot on eBay. I think it's like $200 at least. Those really Rams I live in that kind, so there's way more 49ers or Raiders fans. Fortunately, I feel like you'd also enjoy the Emerald City supporters, but I don't like them. Keep up the hard work. Thanks, man. Grab some pine meat. Dude, that would be cool if it had a little button. Press it. Wolves posted a video of Steph and Ant messing around at the Olympics. Ant was doing night-night poses, captioning night-night. Oh, I didn't see that. That's crazy. Was this a giveaway? I don't remember this one. Yeah, I think it was a giveaway. I forgot what year. Dang, I had all the info. I forgot. 2015? 2016? Can't remember. Where did you think the A's were meant to give out Marcus Simeon and Matt Chapman bobblehead in 2020? I wonder what they would have looked like. I didn't know that. They would have been pretty cool. That's crazy. All the good players the A's had, it's wild, man. That's a good one. Found it in Long Beach in an antique store. Nice. Let's see the Giants bring those back and just make a couple of changes as a reverse retro instead of the City Connect. Yeah. No, that would be cool. I was at the Giants game yesterday. Great vibes. Nice. NBA Finals prediction. I feel like the Wolves will get past OKC. And I think the Knicks are going to get there. The thing is, I've barely watched the Knicks, so I don't know much about them. So it's hard for me to know. For some reason, I trust them over the Pacers, though. But it's probably just my bias being a Warriors fan. So, I pay more attention to the West, but I feel like either OKC or the Wolves will win it. But that could just be because I watch them more. Hopefully 49ers bring back giveaways. That would be cool, man. We haven't had any good 49ers giveaways in a while. And I know, third parties have done, some decent bobbleheads, but other than, the Joe Staley I got back here, not much, man. I want to say Foco does, they have, some cool George Kittle ones and stuff, but, we need official, dude. We need some official stuff. Need the Knicks or Pacers to get it done. Yeah. Big Four teams don't have the same type of supporters group, only college football is that kind of thing. Yeah. Shot Simple thinks Pacers Wolves, huh? Yeah, I think I'm trying to find that post. One of them came up, but the link was not working. I don't know. I don't see it. I see a Bleacher Report article, but they only link the actual Instagram post, so yeah, I don't see it. Pacers can flat out score. I'll trust you because I barely watched the Pacers. I barely watched the Knicks. I watched a lot more Wolves and slightly less OKC. So I've seen the Wolves more than anything, so maybe that's why I'm biased. As long as Randall keeps playing like he did against the Warriors, it will be OKC. Dude, he killed us, dude. He killed us. I have a Jeff Garcia bobblehead. I feel like my brother might have that. Facebook link. Wolves. I put Wolves night post. And it's coming up a bunch of random stuff. Timberwolves fans upset with night trolling of Stephen Curry and Warriors. All the links are broken, so it's like they're not showing it. Post is unavailable. All these articles are like showing they actually linked the post, so it's not there. Here's an ESPN article. Not found. Yeah, I don't know. ABC7. Nobody has just like a screenshot of it. I don't know. Steph Curry cried after game 1 injury. All right. Here's Timberwolves Nation Instagram. I mean Facebook group. Yeah, no, they're all showing it's all linked to the tweet, so in Instagram post, so it's not. Whatever, dude. I give up. I give up, dude. All right. I dropped out of the race, bud. Little soccer culture. I don't always like the ultras, basically super diehard fans who do illegal activities. Well, yeah, that's not cool. Knicks versus Thunder, huh? I just think it's cool that like a new team's gonna win it. Team we haven't seen win or win in a long time. Knicks' last championship was 40 years ago or whatever, more than that. So yeah, like seriously, I played half of one game. Well, yeah, that's what someone was saying. I saw someone on TikTok saying like the Wolves better not post no picture of Ant like stepping over Steph. You know how they have the videos where like the player looks like a gladiator, like with the downed opponent. Like you better not put Ant over Steph. Who had the best cry session at the Coliseum last season? Well, I mean, you were up there, dude. You were definitely up there. You wouldn't let me film it, but you were up there. Yeah, dude, I don't know what else to talk about, dude. I don't know. SF City FC video I'm trying to put out like tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. Yeah. What else is up? Kendrick Perkins, the flop post about Ant beating Katie Brown. Yeah, that's stupid, man. I don't understand how Kendrick Perkins got that job, dude. I do not understand. He just seems like just the vibes are off. The vibes are off. He just never. It's like he never seems happy. Like he always seems grumpy. He always seems cynical. Like I don't know. Wow, how many rivalries swept their series this weekend? Did they? I wasn't really paying attention. Speaking of, though, the 49ers should have new uniforms for rivalry week or whatever. Comments on the 99 post were all Wolves fans' disapproval. Nice. Good job, Wolves fans. We appreciate that. I really hope, to go back to the other topics, though, I really hope that the ballers and roots and whatever, there's not like drama or anything like that. I hope it doesn't get to that point, you know? Like, I don't know. We'll see, you know? I believe the T-Wolves took down that night tweet because I got hate from it. Yeah. Because, I mean, that's a stupid tweet. You know what I mean? It's a dumb tweet. So over the Dubs season. Don't want to hear anything about Giannis or anyone for a while. I'm sick of the Giannis thing too. Like I don't want Giannis, dude. I don't want to be the Lakers, man. I don't want to just try to sign the top free agent. I don't want to be that team, dude. I don't want to do it. I hate it. Like I said, I stand by my convictions and my integrity. I don't want to just buy championships. It feels so much better when you build it properly. Better when Rachel Nichols was hosting ESPN. She had T-Mac and Vince Carter. Oh, yeah. That was pretty good. Geno Smith did the night-night thing after being the Niners. Yeah, that was stupid. I mean, sure, he's allowed to do it, but we're allowed to get mad too. It was just dumb because like he didn't do it. And like with basketball, Steph hits the shot. You know what I mean? Giannis makes sense for both teams though. Does he? I mean, I'm not saying he's not a good fit. I just don't like that. You know? All right, Diosa. I just don't like it, dude. Now he's grumpy. I'm just kidding. Latrell Sprewell, everybody, clap it up. Clap it up for Latrell Sprewell. Okay. Shout out Steve-O Custom Cards, man. How dope is this? How dope is this? So fire. It's 3D if you can't tell. Oh, I almost dropped it. Shout out Steve-O Custom Cards. Best custom card maker around. Both want to win now and both are in win now situations. All right, dude, I guess, dude. I don't like how because of social media everything just turns into a shit talking thing. Even the actual team pages troll. I think it's too much. You can touch on the Dubs damn Curry. Yeah, no, I agree, dude. Like that was actually a topic I was going to talk about tonight, but I just don't feel like having two rants, so I'll save it. But I don't like that the internet has made everyone a critic. Like everyone's just looking for the negative or being super analytical, like when they don't need to be. Just enjoy things. I don't know. Giannis should be a Buck until he retires, but the Bucks have made some dumb decisions. Yeah. Doc Rivers was at the Valkyries game. I saw him. It's like you can't touch any team talking shit about made it further than your team. Agreed. I don't know what else to say, dude. I love and appreciate you guys. Oakland fans, I'm still with you. I just disagree on some of those things if you're upset about that stuff. You know. But look, I'm not driving the ship, dude. I'm not an Oakland fan. I'm just a supporter. And a friend, quite frankly. But I think I know what I'm talking about with some of this stuff. So I hope it made sense. You know. You're a good man. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. They often do, though. Try searching that custom car maker. I guess a guy from Steve-O. It's spelled here. He's on Instagram. That's his Instagram. Steve-O. His fans should be mad at the power players who allowed this happen. Agreed. Like, look, if Giants fans were just... or a Giants fan that's talking trash, then sure, dude, go at him. And like I said, dude, my only worry about this live stream is people I'm cool with, buddies of mine, being weird to me now because I see it differently. So just let's talk. I'll be at the Ballers game if you're there. I'll be at, I don't know which games yet, but I'll be at games. Talk to me. All right? There's no malicious intent. There's no ill feelings, ill will. I just see it a little different. I think that we can build with positivity and not bitterness and anger, especially to the wrong people, just to try to win easy points on the internet by taking people down or feeling good, getting that dopamine hit because you talk trash to a fan of another team. They're having a party next door, by the way. Sounds like. Let's go Ballers. Let's go. Can't wait. I will see you guys there. Okay? And if you guys want to jump me, try. You can try, dude. You can try, but I'm quick. And finally, don't do it. Oh, dude, we're about peace, dude. We're about peace, dude. But try to jump me though. No, I'm just kidding. Look, there's no violence, dude. This is all sports, right? But like I said, always say it's a metaphor. It's a parallel to a lot of things in society. So it's an entry point for us. It's an entry point for people to understand how these systems work and how they exploit us. And if we need to make changes in society so it's more equitable for everybody. So if we have to start with sports, we'll start with sports, right? For the people, always. And I think going to a Giants game is not going against the people. I disagree with that. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Vertlife. Like, subscribe, share, do all the cool things cool kids do. Love you guys. All right. Love you so much, dude. With the bottom of my heart. From the bottom of my heart. I can't speak anymore. You guys noticed? Probably got a brain tumor. It's fine, though. Love you guys. Vertlife. Have a good night. See you this week. Hopefully a couple videos dropping this week. I got some more history stuff that's about to come out, too. Hope you guys got a chance to watch the Texas Prison Museum episode. I really, really had a good time doing that. Oh, real quick about that. It's funny because that video is like over 2 years old. The audio was terrible. The audio was so bad because that was the trip. I've mentioned before that the microphone was plugged into the wrong port. It was right next to the right port, but it was the wrong port. So all the audio for the trip was trashed. But the AI audio tools are so good now that it was able to salvage the audio. Even like a year ago, it wasn't that good. But now, because AI is taking over, like, it salvaged the audio and I was able to get some pretty good audio. Although someone did mention I had the music mixed too loud, but I did what I could. But it's a really cool video at a really cool museum that tells a very brutal history that I think we should all kind of understand and recognize. And then I got a fun one next week. I got the 2 Valkyries game video and I got the SF City FC video and a bunch of other stuff coming out. So yeah, I appreciate you guys. See you at the Ballers game. Love you for life. Don't be weird.